I beg, buck me at the Emirates. Buck me at the Emirates, because I'll go. You let me know what game you want to go to. Yo, people, what we saying, what we spraying, back again with another Blood Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Gonna talk a bit of Arsenal, gonna talk a bit of Forest, gonna talk a bit of football. And there's a lot that's gone on since the last time we've been on the show. So I feel like there's a lot for us to cover. Hopefully we can get it all sorted throughout this 1 hour stream. But people, you know what to do. Hit the like button upon entry. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're subscribing not only to my channel, I'm on the way to 10k. Hopefully I can get there before the end of the year. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV as well to get your daily dosage of Nottingham Forest content creation. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to reiterate, hit the like button. It brings new people in, yeah, who will get to see this face and that face. I think I'm pointing the right way. And that face. And that the nice little setup. Don't worry, one day over 30k, I'll be rich enough to have a nice little setup like that as well. And yeah, we'll keep it moving. But look, I you know, yeah, usually I would ask you how you are, but I kind of know how you're feeling, because I'm feeling a similar way when it comes to Nottingham Forest at the moment. I won't lie, you guys are letting me down, yeah. But I want to have a conversation about Nottingham Forest rolling the Dyche. Yeah, they've decided to hire Sean Dyche as their new manager, and I'll be honest, yeah. I think it's the wrong move. And the reason why I think it's the wrong move is because it paints a picture that I don't think a lot of Nottingham Forest fans want to be painted, which is we're not trying to push forward and push on to greatness. We're trying to survive. Like, the alarm bells are ringing inside of Forest. Maybe people are worried internally about, ooh, we could potentially go down. How do we stop that? We bring in Sean Dyche, who's just like Sam Allardyce, who's just like Neil Warnock. Those type of managers that they just know how to survive in a Premier League. But then on the flip side, I do think it's good that you've hired someone who has a tie to the club. I always feel like when you hire someone that has a tie to the club, they always try and do that little bit extra to kind of make things work, more than like what just any manager would do, if you get what I mean. Like, for example, Arteta, he had a tie to the club. He was the captain of the club. He won a trophy with the club. He saw all the ins and outs. He kind of understood the things that went wrong at the time. So when he came in, he kind of knew the things that he had to do, and he had that kind of extra burning desire to make things work for Arsenal that I don't think maybe a random Allegri, for example, would have had, because he doesn't really have any ties to Arsenal. I know Dyche, he didn't make it into your first team, but he was there through the UCL. So he does have some connection. He was around when the likes of Brian Clough was there. So he kind of knows what the pinnacle of Forest looks like. And I feel like that goes a very long way. And then I guess finally for me, before you can start telling me how you feel, is I feel like a lot of people will look at Sean Dyche from his tenure at Everton and go, not so sure. But I feel like if you look at his Burnley tenure, he actually he got Burnley into Europe. I think back to back, he finished 7th and 10th. And then obviously after that, it went kind of the wrong way. Oh. Yeah, it went south. But he did prove himself to a degree that he can swing around about the places that I guess you guys would expect to be at a minimum, which is in the top half of the table. So yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about Dyche? What negatives do you think there are? What positives do you think there are? And do you feel he's come into Forest at a bad time, because your next 2 games are they're actually insane? Like, I think that's a very rough start for Sean Dyche.
Yeah, look, for me, I didn't want Dyche. I don't want Dyche, right? That's kind of my opinion on it for many reasons. There are lots of positives and negatives on any manager. You can always find positives and negatives. I just think exactly what you said. It's an admission of panic from Forest. We're 8 games in, bro. We're 8 games in. No one's been relegated. No one's won a league. No one's lifted a trophy. It's what it is. Now, what I think is the panic that we've seen in the appointment, we are seeing in the fan base as well. Forest went on a mad PR spin campaign yesterday. Dyche pictures, Stone and Wone pictures. Them ones get me, the Stone and Wone pictures. That's my childhood, man. You know what I'm saying? So I hear it. But as someone who sits on this side of the fence in terms of, you know, someone who does production, someone who does all these things, you can tell what the narrative is that's being pushed. Now, what I'll say is everyone's been scarred by Ange Postecoglou, big time. So anyone coming in, if I was a manager and you said to me, I want to join a club, you can pick any club to join, I would always want to pick a club where Ange Postecoglou has just managed, because you're going to come in and you're always going to be given a chance because people are so desperate to see the backside of him. So Dyche comes in a good spot. He also comes in with this so-called connection to Forest. Yes, you're right. He was in the youth setup. He never played or kicked a ball for Forest on the pitch. He lives in Nottingham. The narrative's being spun that he supports Forest. He doesn't. He's a Liverpool fan. And you know, there's all this stuff, but they are picking up on that narrative, and I understand it. That's what you got to do. You got to have a good PR team doing it. I just think it's not what Forest need in terms of the quality of our squad, in terms of the position. If this was March, February, January time, and Forest are where they are, then I hear it. I hear it. Break glass in case of emergency. But right now, I think it's a bit early. Now, it's not, and I don't like his style of football at all. I just find it very. I think Nuno's a better manager than him. I think Steve Cooper's a better manager than him. I think his philosophies are very simplified. Get 11 men behind the ball, long ball football, really focus on the set pieces. It's not a pleasant viewing experience. If he gets the results, at the end of the day, I don't care. So am I going to give him a chance? Yeah, I will give him a chance, but I'm not. He's not the way that if the Marco, you have your preconceived ideas on managers, don't you? So if we had got Marco Silva over the line, obviously there was the whole compensation thing that Forest couldn't sort out. They felt it was too much. Then I'm coming into this in a more positive light. And I think that has impacted my thought process because I really did want Marco Silva. So to sell for Dyche feels like sloppy seconds to me. But what I'll say on his positives is I do feel like 99% of the fan base are behind this appointment. For whatever reason, be it that they just wanted the back of Postecoglou, or be it that they like this whole connection to Forest, this Ian Wone, Steve Stone settings that's going on. I hear it, but I will judge him on the pitch. He hasn't kicked a ball yet. So, and I've been very critical of him in the last couple of days. I have, in terms of, because I've spoken to, you know, some Everton YouTubers. They don't have good things to say about him. Burnley will, but I just feel that Burnley tenure was a lot further back down the road than the Everton one. I think if you look at how Postecoglou finished at Spurs, is how he started at Forest.
Yeah.
With Dyche, I would expect the same rhythm. I don't expect him to go back to Burnley and ignore what's happened at Everton. The other thing I'd say on Dyche is a lot of people are saying he's never had a squad. He's always been firefighting. He's always publicly said that, give me some money, give me some squad, and see me play the way I want to play.
Which is fair.
All right. Fair point. Fair point. But you do have to ask yourself, why has anyone never given him that opportunity? Like, well,
because he was at Burnley, who don't really have the most amount of money. And
but why did no one go in at Burnley and say, we're taking your manager from a club that had money and things like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's like, I feel like Dyche is a remnant of the 90s type managers.
Yes.
And I feel like most teams nowadays, this is why I feel it's also a strange appointment, unless Dyche has changed or aiming to change his philosophy, you wouldn't really have him down as the most forward-thinking manager. Like, you wouldn't look at Dyche and go like, he's going to try new things that no one's ever tried before to try and get something different out of a squad of players. He kind of is like, you're going to see a lot of 90s football. And I mean, you know,
Brexit ball.
You was good in the 90s. So maybe that's what you need, you know, but that's why I feel like not like, for example, like Arsenal's not going to sack Emery and then sign Sean Dyche. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Man United's like not gonna sack David Moyes and then go get Sean Dyche. Like Sean Dyche is, it's just unfortunate for him. Well, I say unfortunate for him because he's kind of carved his own path throughout his career. He's just not attractive to clubs that want to play on the front foot. But I don't know.
He's not attractive to a lot of clubs. Like I think Hassan's said it in the chat. If you said to me, Dyche is only here until the end of the season, so we can get Silva for free in the summer, I can make my peace with that. But I would still be disappointed to think that we're writing the season off. Dyche is about to lead out Forest in his first game against Porto. Like, that's crazy. Dyche is in Europe. So that does worry me. My major worry is this, Hooks. West Ham hounded out David Moyes because they hated his style of football. He won them a Conference League, the best probably any West Ham fan under the age of 40 has ever seen in their life. And they hounded that manager out because they couldn't stand his football. David Moyes goes to Everton, and every single Everton fan will tell you that his football is refreshing compared to what they saw under Dyche. Like that worries me. That worries me. I got Evertonian mates who, some of them are like, one of my mates is like at work, he's like 60 years old. He's like, it's the worst football I've seen in my 40 years of going to Goodison. He goes, good luck. So, you know, but you can't base, look, I've been harsh on him and I have put preconceived ideas into him. From today, I'm looking forward ahead, should I say, to tomorrow. And that's when I start to make my assessments on what he's going to do. But am I happy? No, I've publicly made it clear I'm not happy with Dyche as the appointment, but he's here now. I have no power to change him or do whatever. So I'll assess what he does on the pitch from tomorrow onwards. But I agree with you. Porto, tough. Bournemouth away, we haven't beaten him in 10, 11 years. Tough game. Then United, then Leeds. It's got a tough run. It's got a tough run. Forest can't mess this up. He needs to get the points. I need him to get the points.
I feel like anyone who came in would be facing that tough run. So I don't think that's something that's like exclusive to Dyche. Like, I don't feel like there's a manager that you could have got that you would have guaranteed yourself to take points from those games. Like, I just don't think there's one that exists because I don't know. The thing I'm worried the most about, and I don't think this is exclusive to Dyche, is Ange Postecoglou kind of seriously fucked up like any confidence that was within that squad, because the amount of losses that you faced, and the thing is, it's not just about the losses, it's about the amount of goals you conceded as well, because like last season you was known for not conceding. Yeah, your defense was right up there with Liverpool's and Arsenal's last season. So like, your defenders are probably, do you know what I would say, the happiest people in your squad is probably your defense and goalkeeper.
Yeah.
To see that, it's probably that, because like that part he will get right. That's probably
I hear that, but he does, in his last season at Everton, he conceded 1.2 goals a game on average and scored 0.85 a game.
But what was his team though? Like, because I don't know what the Everton squad.
Yeah, but you got it. You say, what was his team? He played 17 games last season for Everton. He won two games. Moyes comes in and with the same team, gets a tune out of them, and flies them up to where did they finish? 13th in the end, I think. So it's like sometimes it just clicks at different places. What I'm hoping on the positive is that Dyche comes in, sees this as a massive opportunity, sees the resources he has, sees the facilities he has, and he thinks to himself, okay, I'm coming in with no real pressure on. All I have to do, I think they've said to him, just make sure we're Premier League next season, which I think is a stupid objective to set 8 games into the season. And he can play quite relaxed, and maybe that will help him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see how it goes. But my gut feeling says it doesn't work. If he's here until just the summer, then fine. But beyond that, bro, I'm a purist. I like watching football to enjoy it, to analyze it. I don't want to see 11. I could train 11 men to stand behind a ball.
Yeah,
it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Do you think it's unfair to Dyche that people are already looking at him like the stopgap? Because I'm assuming
I don't think the Forest fan base are. I think it's me and a small minority that are.
So you think the majority will that? Do you think the majority of
Majority
Forest
are behind this? 100% behind this.
long term?
I think they'd be okay long term. I think Postecoglou did that much damage to the psyche of the fan base that they're okay with this long term. I'm not. I even said even if he won the Europa League, I still would get rid of him in the summer.
See, now that I think
Mark's behind him. Mark's. Oh wait, Mark, you're not.
Mark's not. Oh, Mark's not behind him. Okay,
I've broken Mark. Fine.
Trust the process, bro. Hassan, you're funny. I think it's extremely unfair to set the standard of even if he was to win you the Europa League, you would still want him gone. Personally.
Why?
Because let's be honest, like Nottingham Forest winning a Europa League is a massive achievement. That's a massive achievement.
I'm not undermining the achievement. What I'm saying in that is I would have expected Forest to be in the mix for the Europa League 8 weeks ago. Nothing's changed for me.
I understand that.
Did you get me?
I understand that because that's because you had Nuno, who was like your like.
No, I don't even think it's the Nuno thing. I'm looking at the squad thing. I think our squad is one of the strongest in the Europa League. Therefore, any competent manager should be able to at least push to the latter stages of the Europa League. I don't think it's that much of a stretch to say there should be 10 to 15 to maybe 20 managers who could take that squad and get them to at least the semi-finals of the Europa League. Because let's be real, the competition in that Europa League is not very strong.
Yeah, but
it's probably harder to win the FA Cup than the Europa League, bro.
But that's all theory crafting. I'm talking about a guy that actually comes in and does it. That's very different.
I hear it. I hear it. I just think, and Sava will have a field day if he hears me saying this, but I just don't think that long term he would be the right appointment. That's my point. If he wins the Europa League, statue and everything else will happen, and he will be here next season. I'm just because I can see Marco Silva being the guy who pushes Forest to the next step. That's the thing here, and he's available in the summer. That's where I stand with it.
I hear it. I think it's. I mean, I feel like your opinions on the matter and your feelings on the matter are very warranted. I just feel like, look, I'm an Englishman. Yeah, born. Even though I got my American passport, born and raised in England. I was born in the countryside. I've always Norfolk, born in Norfolk. Always like at least for a large portion of my life, I would go up and down every summer holiday, up and down. I'm definitely the guy that likes going to the pub and having a beer and watching the football and just talking. Yeah. I see Sean Dyche as a guy who would be amazing to go and have a pint with. Like he's just that he's that type of guy that's just like just honest, like just says it as it is, like couple of cans, you know. I feel like he's someone that I feel like he's a good man manager. I feel like his personality
He's
would
one of
make
the boys.
yeah, one of the boys, one of the lads. Like he's the guy that if you won the Europa League, he'd be taking all of the squad to the strip club. He's that guy. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes that's a good guy to have in the in your squad. Like, I'll be real. I watched I saw it on Twitter, a short clip of I think it was from one of the early training sessions that he held with Forest. The players look happy, man. Like they look real happy. Like they look like they're having fun. Like, and obviously I've got nothing to compare it to because off the top of my head, I can't remember what they looked like when they was in training sessions with Ange or with Nuno. But all I know is that like genuinely they look happy. And then I watched his interview and he genuinely looks happy. So I feel like it's an opportunity for him to achieve something great in his career for a club that he holds very dear for whatever reason. He's brought in DNA to a degree of the club. Like there's people there he's brought in that are like they know the club, they've been around the club at some point in their life. I feel like this, I won't go as far to say a match made in heaven, but I feel like this is definitely an appointment that could balance out the kind of mess that's happened at Forest over the last 2-3 months.
I hope so.
Because the mess didn't just start with Ange Postecoglou. Like the mess started when
Eddie
Nuno started coming out and saying things that and revealing things that maybe he shouldn't have. In my opinion, that's where the mess started. So I don't know, man. I'd say obviously you're gonna give him time. Now, I don't know if you know, I don't know if like anything's been said publicly about this, but is Dyche going to be given more time than what Ange was given? Or is it a scenario where let's just say Dyche has a similar kind of start to life at Forest like Ange did? Will Marinakis just press the eject button and then say, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna pay the compensation for Silva?
We don't know. We don't know. My gut feeling says that Forest can't sack another manager this season. Metrically, it doesn't look good, and secondly, financially, it would cost a lot. But if a manager goes and I mean, how many games did Postecoglou get? 8. He didn't win any. 8. He didn't win any. If Dyche doesn't win 8 to 10 games in a row, he's probably gone. And Forest are probably gone at that stage. Then I'm starting to look at it thinking Forest are in big trouble. So he has to get it right. He has to, like, put it this way. I don't think anyone wants him to succeed more than I do because I know what's at stake. Like, he has to get it right. But will Marinakis accept failure? No, he won't.
What is failure? What is actually like?
I don't know, bro. I don't know is the honest answer. Failure at the start of the season would have been not finishing in the top half, not cementing what we did last season, not having a run in Europe. That would have been failure. Failure right now, not my perception of it, but what I think the club's is not being a Premier League team next season. And to have that change in objectives within 6 weeks is crazy.
It's a bit disheartening, isn't it? But I think
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, Dre, I don't know. I wanted to confirm. Did you actually say Sean Dyche has to win 8 to 10 games in a row?
Who?
You did. I'm pretty sure that's what you said. You said he has to win 8 to 10 games in a row.
What, just now? I said that.
Yeah, just now. Is that what you said? Like, or did you mean that? Because this was definitely what you said.
I didn't say that. I said if he lost to 8 to 10 games.
Okay.
He would be going.
Oh, well, if he lost 8 to 10 games in a row.
You know, that's what, as in when you said could Marinakis sack him, I'm saying if he lost 8 to 10, yeah, he would go. But I think there's still a hesitation to get a 4th manager in this season.
All right. So look, I guess just finally, on Sean Dyche. Do you think that, okay, is it a case of he has to prove himself up until January to get access to maybe funds he would need to bring players in? Or do you think that he will get backed regardless? And then, actually, well, I mean, your model, like, do you think that they're actually like, do you think they actually care who he wants? Like, do you think they're actually gonna sign players that fit what he does, or do you think that Edu and they're just gonna forward plan, and like in the mind of like one day we're gonna have a better manager? Like, how do you feel they'll approach transfer windows now with Dyche?
I don't know. That's a very good question. I haven't actually thought about that, because when you think of a Dyche type player, you're thinking of a tall, stocky, slow centre back or centre forward, aren't you? You're kind of thinking Chris Wood, if you're being honest. That's his type of player.
You'll bring him back to life.
Yeah, maybe. But like, would they recruit for Dyche in January? I don't think Forest will be doing much business in January, in spite of whoever the manager was. I think we spent a lot of money in the summer. I think there'll be tweaks, maybe a couple player out, a couple players in. Wow, that's a good question, bro. I hadn't thought of it in terms of what they would do in Jan. I think the foresight will always be from Forest. Whoever's in charge is their long-term plan. So I would assume they would look to back Dyche if they were looking to buy. But I just don't think Forest financially now can go and have a £100 million January window. I think if there's an injury, I think what we'll do, we'll probably get a couple of fullbacks, because we're shy on fullbacks. We got your dead weight in Zinchenko.
He's not my dead weight, because as soon as his time's up with you, he doesn't come back to my club.
Hey, you know what? West Ham fans are saying that to me. We sent Ward Prowse back in January. Just careful.
Well, please don't send him back. Please don't send him back.
Okay, so don't put too much chest out.
Yeah, keep him. We don't want him back.
But yeah, no, I think that's what we'll do in January. I think we'll get like one or two fullbacks, and that'll be about it. So I don't think Dyche being there will change the philosophy of the recruitment strategy come Jan. But maybe by then he's proved me wrong and he's won shitload of games and we're looking comfortable in Europa as well and everything else. But I don't know, bro. I think I just have to wait and see over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully I'm wrong.
Hopefully, hopefully you are, because I don't want to see you go through this pain, because right now you're feeling pain. But did you watch the Arsenal game yesterday?
I did, but that's not where we should start.
Oh, where should we start?
We should start with you saying how right I was about the weekend.
The weekend?
Have you blanked that one out? This time here last week, I sat here with you and said Arsenal need to go to Fulham and produce the most gritty performance. Get a corner goal, beat them 1-0, and be ecstatic with that performance. What did you do? You did exactly that. You got the corner goal, and it was the perfect result. I was more impressed with your result against Fulham than yesterday, even though you played fantastic yesterday.
That is mental to me. But yeah.
No, you say that's mental. I'm not saying in terms of stylistically how the game looked. I'm talking in terms of doing the stuff you need to do. Thank you, Hassan. It's good to see that you said that. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you. It's good to see there's better memories in the chat than Hooks. But I'm not talking stylistically. I'm talking if you want to be serious about a title. Like, we sat here last week and I reminded you you'd lost and drawn to Fulham on both your two previous away legs, and you needed to go to Fulham and grind that one out. And I think because you did that, you could have looked forward to this Atletico Madrid game at home, Champions League, and Atletico Madrid that aren't really the same type of team that most people stereotype them to be under Simeone. They're very different to what they were 4 or 5 years ago. And I thought there was some great performances yesterday. I think Martinelli started to look like the Martinelli from 3 years ago.
He was
very good.
I gave him a 10. He was amazing.
He was. I
He,
wouldn't say
I'm like,
10, but he was up there. Yeah.
nah, he was amazing. He was amazing. Like I'm someone who firmly believes make your praise as loud as your disrespect. My disrespect for Martinelli has been very loud. I've been very open about it. He had an amazing game.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. But the thing is, everybody had an amazing.
Yeah, I don't think you had a bad player on the pitch, and I think that was important. I think it would have been nice if Eze had got himself a goal.
He got an assist though.
Yeah. I'm just saying a goal would be good for Eze. Gyokeres, I think it's important. I don't think his goals were very hard. The first one was heavily deflected. The second one was off the chest, but it doesn't matter. I think what that does with Gyokeres, it takes the opposition fans' heat away from him. Where, well, how many has he got now? 5 in 11 or 5
in 10. 5 in 10.
So you know the Arsenal fans. Yeah, the Arsenal fans have got a 50% hit ratio with him now. Obviously, there is context behind that, but I always say your goal scorers there to score goals. You know, when everyone's talking about Haaland and the goals he's getting and everything else, it doesn't matter what impact Haaland's having on the rest of the pitch. As long as his numbers are there, he's doing his job. Do you know what I'm saying? So Gyokeres, I have had a few doubts, and you will attest to the fact that I've defended him all season, but he started to slow down a bit for me in the last few weeks.
No, he's got better. He's got better. This is the thing. Do you remember? It may not have been last week. It may have been the week before. I said when people talk about Arsenal, they never apply balance. It's never a balanced conversation. Yeah, and now I've been telling people for week on week on week on week, Gyokeres is doing all the things you want a striker to do at your club, bar bagging the goals. Now,
yeah,
why
I don't agree with that narrative.
You may not agree, but I'm through watching the games. He's constantly running off the shoulder. He's constantly trying to get physical with the defenders. He's a constant threat. He's getting involved in link up, which, let's be real, a lot of us didn't think that would be the case. A lot of us thought that that's not something that he would ever have in his locker based upon what we saw at Sporting. His hold up is good. He's tracking back. He's pressing. His pressing
but
so much better.
You can't say that.
No, I can't. Do you know why I can say that?
No, you can't.
Because do you know why I can say that? Because I'm someone who, when I'm looking at a new, because again, people don't understand. Not only is he adapting to a new league, he's adapting to a new team, a new culture, a new system under a manager who, whether you like him or not, you have to admit he's probably one of the most difficult managers to adjust to because of the level of detail that he goes into. If you've worked with a manager who doesn't go into the level of detail that Arteta goes into, when you get under Arteta, you're going to be confused for a while because there's so much for you to learn. But the only thing that he wasn't do was bagging. Now, I didn't make any knee-jerk kind of judgments because I know that Viktor Gyokeres is going to bag goals because his movement and IQ as a striker is elite. He's going to get goals. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. Now, why yesterday was super important in his development as an Arsenal striker, is because he's been doing all the dog work. He's been playing differently to how he has been at Sporting. He's been asked and told to do different things to what he did at Sporting. And after all of that grind, all of that learning, all of that change, he got 2 goals playing in that way. So now his belief goes up because now he knows, okay, I can actually score goals this way. So now the confidence rises. And this could, and look, there was a, apparently when he was at Coventry, he had like a 14-game goal drought. But when he ended it, firing. So now that's what we need to see come now. We need to say, okay, cool, you got those, you ended your goal. I mean, I think it's a bit mad to call 6 games a goal drought, but hey, in the world we live in, the day we live in, the internet, YouTube, all of that, YouTube thing, man, want to do that, that's fine. He's now going to go on, kick on, and score more. And then even in the scenario where he doesn't, as an Arsenal fan, I'm fine. Do you know why? Because I'm not Manchester City. I don't have Haaland on like 24 goals, and then the next closest person to him is on like 1 or 2. I get goals.
All right, this is a nice speech. This is very heartwarming and everything like that. But this is the complete contradictory statement to what you've been saying on Gyokeres, bro.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Wait, do you mean from the summer?
I'm saying from the start of the season, from the first few games, from the summer. No. You've been saying all along that you don't care what your striker does as long as he bags. He can do nothing all game as long as he bags. You've been saying that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's true.
Okay, so you can't then spin the narrative round to say, even if he doesn't score, he's doing everything else right.
He is.
No, okay, fine, he is. No, fine, he is. And by the way, I'm one who said Gyokeres will be absolutely fine. Like, find me a receipt where I haven't. Okay, I'm just saying, why are you reversing your narrative? Why are you reversing?
No, it's not a narrative. No, it's not a narrative. No, it's not a narrative. Do you know what it's called? It's called being a grown adult. That's what it's called. Because when you're an adult, yeah, you analyze things, and as you analyze things, you understand more. So at the start of the season and in the summer, I was saying, cool, he's gonna bag. All I wanted to do is bag, is because I was under the assumption that he got signed for us to play differently. So I thought that Arteta was gonna adapt to his strengths. But I found out very
you can't sit here and say that what I'm saying about what you've said isn't true then.
But I never said that it wasn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I said you're changing your narrative.
No, I'm not changing, man. It's because it's not a narrative. Wolfie,
okay, pick whatever word you want. If you don't like the word narrative, you're changing your expectations on what you want.
I don't write novels. I'm not Roald Dahl. Don't write novels. Don't have narratives. Yeah, I speak about my club. Yeah, and all I can do is be honest. Yeah, to what I see. And by the way, Sax.
He is Sax is right.
I don't have any syrup. I don't have any syrups. I can't be waffling them. So
yeah, you are waffling a little.
So do you know what it is? It's not. Look, hey, he didn't. He's saying he wasn't gunning after Gyokeres because he could see the signs that he will be fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
That's listening, bro.
No. That's fine. He will be fine in what?
Thank you,
in what? He will be fine and will score goals. Is the bit that you're.
I big up Max Casey, preach hooks, my lookalike beard brother, love from Dubai. Big up all my Dubai brothers. Hopefully one day I can get out there.
Assalamu alaikum to them.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Aki, you get me? I'm internet ready. Man can't challenge me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, by the way, I need to make. I just want to make something very clear. Yeah, at the end of the day, all I want Viktor Gyokeres to, me personally. All I want Viktor Gyokeres to do is score goals, because that's what I want my striker to do.
Yes.
I want my striker to score goals. Yeah. But at the same time, I can acknowledge all of the things that he's doing as a striker that will get him into positions to score, which is what he's doing, and be patient and wait for the goals to come, because they will come.
Fine, but you also added, the bit you're just forgetting that you added is that you said even if he doesn't go on to score for the rest of the season, you said you're fine with it because he's doing all the other stuff fine. I'm just saying you're flip-flopping the narrative.
No. You see, he wasn't listening. See,
correct me.
You gotta be like AFC DMB. You gotta listen. Yeah. What I actually said is if he doesn't go on to so after ending his drought, go on to score more. If he doesn't do that, I'm fine, because I'm not Manchester City, where Haaland is on 24 goals and the next closest person to him is on like 1 or 2. I get goals from all over. Because this is what we need to understand. I don't support Saka FC. I don't support Gyokeres FC. I don't support Eza FC. I don't support Riot FC. I don't support Gabriel FC. Any of the Gabriels, including the one on the touchline with Arteta. Yeah, I support Arsenal. Yeah, and at the end of the day, because I've said this a few times, and I'll say it again, just so it's fresh in your mind. So next time we jump on the stream, you don't forget. If Gyokeres scores 10 goals and I win the league, I'm happy. If he scores 30 goals and I don't win the league, I'm not happy because Arsenal did not win the league. And that
you're starting to sound like a lot of the Liverpool fans from a couple of weeks ago, bro.
No, I'm not.
No, you are. Let me just say what I'm saying. Yeah, let me just. No, you are.
Whoa. Wait. Whoa.
I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I do not sound like them, man. Do you know why? Because I have acknowledged there's been certain games where he's frustrated me. I acknowledge the bad side. I'm not just speaking about the good. I acknowledge the bad side.
Liverpool fans.
No, they weren't. What Liverpool fans were doing is, no, let's not talk about context because 5 out of 5. That's what they was doing. And the only time that they started talking about context was when they lost 4 games back to back. That's when them man wanted
No. You're taking part of it out of context because there was plenty of Liverpool fans that are saying, I don't care if Wirtz doesn't GA if I win the trophy at the end of the year. I don't care if
Gyokeres has GA. That's not what I'm saying.
Did I say he didn't? Did I say he's? I said you're sounding like
no, because again you're wrong. Because they're saying they don't care if he doesn't have GA. Gyokeres has GA. I'm talking about the amount. I'm making a direct.
Do you understand what sounding means? I didn't say you're verbatim saying what they said. I said you're sounding like the Liverpool fans.
And I'm disagreeing with your statement.
No, but you can't because
like Liverpool fans.
You are sounding like it.
It's well, hey,
and you're arguing with someone who has said even when Gyokeres was dry, saying Gyokeres will be fine.
I'm well within my rights. I know my rights. I know my amendments. Yeah, I'm allowed to disagree when people are saying things that are wrong. Yeah, I know my rights.
But I'm not saying anything that's wrong. Now, again, let me caveat everything by saying I'm saying Gyokeres, I think he's even in these dry games, I think he's looked fine. I agree with what you're saying. But you
so you're doing the YouTube thing. So you wait, you've just
I'm not doing the YouTube thing.
Doing the YouTube thing.
I'm not don't fall back to your freaking
I respect it though, because
I'm just saying you have said
I respect it
consistently throughout the summer, throughout the start of the season, he's your bagsman and he just needs to score. You don't care. You were saying you don't care if he has 4 touches a game, if one of those goes into the back of the net, all those things. Yeah. So let's not try and
just quickly, Carl. Yeah. Just quickly, Carl. Yeah. When we was talking about Sean Dyche and Nottingham Forest, did I at any point cook Nottingham Forest? No. Do you know why? And Carl can confirm, and anyone else in the chat can confirm, because I do not do the YouTube thing. I don't do the YouTube thing.
Are you implying that I've cooked Arsenal?
You're trying to find a way, bro. You're trying to find a way to cook, man.
No,
you literally like you were digging.
Oh, you were looking for stuff that isn't there. I started. Hold on, we got into the Arsenal section. What's the first thing I said? I said, how well did you do against Fulham to win the way you did? Is that cooking Arsenal?
Do you know who had a good game in that game as well?
And by the way, how many people were trying to call out the way Arsenal played against Fulham and the way they won? Yet I praised it. What did I then say? I moved on to say, you could take that momentum into the Atletico Madrid game, which you did. I then went on to say what a great game Martinelli had. And then I went on to talk about Gyokeres, and now he scored the goal. What were my words? I said, the opposition fans can't come at you like now saying, oh, dry this, dry that, because he scored 5 goals in 10 or 11 games or whatever. So you're looking for stuff that isn't there when I'm trying to have an objective conversation. Where you got touchy is where I reminded you of your narrative throughout the season. This had nothing to do with Arsenal or Gyokeres. I was just pointing out what you've been saying throughout the season, and you didn't like it.
Hey, I'm just saying, you get me. Got the pickaxe.
I just want to know at what stage in any of this conversation I've tried to cook Arsenal.
You did it in a roundabout way. So you know when you're driving, sometimes you can just drive on the straight road, but sometimes you got to go round the roundabout. That's what you did. You went round the roundabout.
Okay. On this trip around, what bit on this roundabout did I try and cook Arsenal? What did I say that inferred the cooking?
You needed to take exit 1, but you missed it on purpose to go all the way back round the roundabout to go out the exit, yeah? Because you're trying to draw at a narrative that you say that I was spinning when everybody knows that watches me. I don't do narratives. I don't do the YouTube thing. I just speak football. I don't do narratives.
Okay.
And you use that kind of narrative to take away from how happy I should be as an Arsenal fan. Yeah.
Wait, when did I say you shouldn't be happy?
It's cool.
I can't believe when someone comes on and says something positive about your club and team that this whole thing that this is definitely your narrative, is that you think everyone wants to dig out Arsenal 24/7.
I don't think anyone wants to dig out Arsenal, because digging out Arsenal is crazy. That's mad. We don't do them things around here, Wolfie. We don't dig out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Brother,
We don't do that around these sides. So yeah, do you know what? So DJ Envy is right. You went the 4th exit instead of the 1st. Yeah, see, it's not there. It's not. But hey, I respect you so much, Wolfie, because obviously I'm a small channel. Yeah, I don't get the same amount of love as you do over there.
I'm getting no love right now. What are you talking
over
about?
30, drop a video and within like 1 hour it's on 20k views. You're thinking about the clips for my channel, and I respect that. Because obviously the clips.
But you spin some crazy narratives, man.
I appreciate
some crazy narratives. Can we get back to talking about the football?
Yeah, that's all I ever
your weird YouTube thing. So my point I was making on Gyokeres was that he scored the goals. He's brought his ratio up to look good. So there's no, and this is the point I was making. There's no Ops fans that can come dig him out and what have you. I do think the goals were pretty simplistic, but hey, you can argue right place, right time, and what have you, and it builds up confidence. But yeah, in general, Arsenal look like they're ticking a lot. I thought Zubimendi was very good yesterday as well. I thought he was probably the best midfielder on the pitch. And now it's the case of Arsenal need to make sure that they continue to do what they're doing and not let Arteta get in the way of these things. So you're in a good position.
Whoa. Slow down, Nelly.
Wow.
Slow down there, Nelly. We won that game because of Arteta. Not in spite of Arteta, because Arteta is the one that selected Arteta is actually the one that selected the lineup. Arteta is the one that it's his style of play. It's his system. In case you didn't know, in case you was unaware. By the way, people, like and subscribe. If you was unaware, it's his system, and it was actually him that decided let's shut off the hot water the day before, so they would be. Atletico Madrid would be rattled, Simeone would be rattled, and mind games and everything that he did, it worked. Like, and I'll be real, yeah, you can look at the Man City game, yeah, you can look at the Liverpool game, and you can go, you know what, I don't quite know what you was doing there, but across all the games that we've played, he's done better than bad, and that's a fact. And this is coming from a person who lost faith in him. And he's still rebuilding that because he has to work on the relationship. Like, it's like when somebody you lose someone's trust.
So when's the relationship back to that? Then?
That's dependent on him, not on me. That's dependent on him. Yeah. I'm just saying,
wait, what does he need to do so that you trust him? You can get back in the bed with him. Pause.
Yeah, pause. I don't
know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I hear it.
what's he got to do?
you see, what he actually needs to do is win something.
So that bed stays cold until May.
So for me to have faith in him again, he needs to win something. Don't get me wrong. Even though I've lost faith in him, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, because Wolfie, what do I not do? I don't do the YouTube thing. So where credit is due, I will give it. Yeah. Where criticism is due, I will give it. But I think anyone that's trying to push anything at the moment about how, I don't know, like you said, Arsenal just need to keep on doing what Arsenal's doing and not let Arteta, the rah, all of that stuff. I think that's extremely disingenuous, because a lot of the things that he's done this season has led to us getting favorable results. He's the one that came in and said, I'm focusing on being defensively strong. We now have the best defensive record in Europe, in the world. That's on him. He's the one that said, oh, you know what? We're going to focus on set pieces. We're going to master set pieces because I want to control every element of the game. Yeah. That's from him. That's his mindset. That's his ideology. He's now imposing that on the team. That's why we're now masters at set pieces. And it's not even just corners, because Declan Rice whipped in a beautiful free kick for Gabriel. Whoa, slapped the head on the ball in the back of the net. That's on him. Yeah. He has made this season a lot of early substitutions, in-game management to change things. That's on him. Yeah. He has acknowledged, finally it's happened to me. He's finally realized there's things that he's doing in games not quick enough. He's addressed that. So, I'll be real. And let's be honest, that game there, especially for me, we dominated the first half. That first half, we should have had at least 2 goals. We was in their half practically the whole game. Even when they had possession, it was in their half. Yeah. And then I'm sitting there at halftime thinking, this is looking a lot like the 23-24 season, late 22-23 season, where we'd be attacking, but we just want to put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah. But then in 14 minutes, score 4 goals. What's going on, Wolfie? 14 minutes, 4 goals.
So what I'm hearing here is that you were wrong.
About what?
Because I remember that we were on Potts' channel about 3 weeks ago, where you said you'd basically given up on Arteta, and at some point you were expecting the players will just step up and the players will do their thing.
No.
That conversation.
No.
Do you remember that conversation?
Oh, I'll correct you. See again. I need people. Wolfie.
Correct me if I've misquoted you. Correct me. I've no problem with that.
We speak offline, so if anybody should listen to me, should be you. Yeah. So what I actually said is I have lost faith in Arteta, but I have full belief in the players at the club. So even if he does a mad thing that stops us from winning something, I think the players and the quality of the players will override that.
Okay. Oh my God, I've got delivery.
Oh, swear down. Well, hey people, we're gonna go to a quick break because obviously famous. By the way, like the video. I wish I had deliveries like this, but obviously I don't earn the money like Wolfie because I don't have the subscribers like Wolfie. So like and subscribe. We're gonna go over to one of our quick sponsors, Arne Slot. No, big up our sponsor, Arne Slot. And Wolfie's back. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro, this is getting a joke, man. Like every time we do a stream.
No, it's cool, man. Famous. I hear it. Hopefully one day, I'm wishing on a star. You know, one day I'm living that same life. So yeah, I don't know. Like
opening the door for the postman to give him my missus's returns, man.
Missus's returns. Yeah, and then one stream I'll be tuning in the web. Like, wow, what's that new thing on the wall? And we're like,
Actually,
okay.
I've been sent this little treadmill thing. So
Oh,
treadmill.
little
I have to
treadmill
check that
thing.
out.
Okay, fairs. By the way,
Anyway, what were you saying? What were you
do
saying?
you remember when I said, yeah, that Zubamendi's changed my life? Because a lot of people sued me for it.
As you rightfully mentioned, we talk a lot on stream, a lot off stream. So no, I don't, because we've had better conversations about very different things. But
yeah, Wolfie just proved that he didn't watch my content. I hear it, but a lot of people sued me for saying that Zubamendi's changed my life and that Zubamendi's going to change Arsenal fans' lives, and it's happening. You know,
I think it started against Forest. I think it started against Forest. I thought it was really good against Forest.
Bro,
it's
not
not hard.
Spanish man in the midfield and you win. That's what it is. Spanish man in the base of your midfield and you just win.
Techie.
He is mad techie, bro. Did you watch the whole game?
Yeah, I fell asleep about first 15 minutes of the second half. I needed a nap, but I saw the rest of it.
So did you see nearly the wonder assist that he gave to Gyokeres?
Yeah. He's a good player. Why? Who's been saying he's not a good player?
Rolled it over his foot and then like Bear Man was telling me, oh man, he's not better than Partey. He's not better than Partey. He's not upgrade on Part. Brother, this brother is the truth. Yeah. And I can't lie. Big up my brother Mark. You know what I'm saying? You get me? Wolfie, I'm gonna need you to explain to the people why Arsenal are the best team in the world. Because I need to go piss. I can't lie to anybody. I've been holding it for time. Be right back.
Why Arsenal the best team in the world? I don't think Arsenal are the best team in the world. I think Arsenal are the best form team right now, maybe in the world, is what I would say. But you just gotta be consistent now. I think the important thing for Arsenal is to get to January and make sure that things are still intact. Ideally, don't worry about Liverpool. Liverpool's not an issue this season. Worry about Man City. If you can gap Man City by January, February time, then you have a real good chance. My worry is if Man City are within 3 to 4, maybe even 5 points of Arsenal, they can still overturn that gap. They're the one team that can do it. If you find yourself up against Liverpool with say January time, and you got a 5-point gap on Liverpool, you're fine. Liverpool won't catch you. But if Man City are there, the way Pep does things, you just always expect Pep to do magic. So that's where I am with Arsenal. I don't agree that you're the best team in the world, but I agree you're the best form team right now in the world, is what I would say. Did you wash your hands, bro?
Yeah. Do you think that there's anyone that can stop Arsenal?
Man City.
Okay. So when I say stop Arsenal, I mean like actually stop us. Like not directly stop us, not indirectly stop us.
Yeah, but they would directly be stopping you from winning the title if they won the title.
Yeah, but for Man City,
are you talking one-on-one on the pitch?
Yeah, because like for Man City to stop us from winning the league, it would mean that we would have to have fucked up somewhere else.
Yeah. I would say yes, I can see someone stopping you. You're not gonna like my answer. You know my answer.
No, go for it.
Arteta. Like I can't explain to you how much I think this guy just is. He's cost you guys so many trophies. So many trophies, in my opinion.
I hear it.
Trophies.
So nobody can stop us. So basically, what you're saying is Arsenal are going to win everything because
no, I'm saying Arteta can stop you. I mean, you asked me
it's not a valid answer to me personally.
No, it is a valid answer, and I'll tell you why it's a valid answer and why you can't disagree with that answer. Because when I asked you about, when is it going to be when you and him are in that bed, pause like that, you said May. It could
be March.
That's when the final. Okay, but the point is, it's not now. It's not now, because if my answer was invalid, you would have said Me and him were chilling in that bed. That bed is warm, pause, right? But you didn't. You said trophies. So you're actually agreeing with my answer without realizing you're agreeing with it.
I'll be real with you, yeah. I think that any Arsenal fan, that their current like feeling on Arteta, whether it's negative, whether it's positive, yeah, isn't that the way that he proves that he is still the right man for the job is by winning something. They're smoking the loudest of loud that ever did loud in the history of time.
I don't think there is any Arsenal fan like that.
So then it's not really about me waiting and being wrong and whatever. It's more so about, yeah, keep on doing what you're doing, because what you're doing will lead you to a trophy.
Correct.
I'm just opting to not in a like personally, I think we've already won the league. Personally, that's just me personally. I think we've already won the league personally. I'll be real, because
wait, what happened to the birthday parade?
Like I said, I personally think we've already won the league. Like, because to me, what I'm seeing from everything at Arsenal at the moment, like, and then what's happening around that, like, I don't know, like everyone.
I mean,
you know what it is? Do you know what it
sorry,
is? Just quickly, yeah. Really quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of at least people that I've interacted with, outside of maybe you and George, yeah, everyone told me Liverpool's winning the league. Yeah. Now, the very moment that Liverpool mash up and they have going through their bad patch, what does everyone immediately do? Man City's winning the league.
Yeah, but you're not throwing that at me, are you? You're not throwing.
Yeah, I'm not, because you and George said Man City from the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, all those people that are saying, "Oh, Man City's going to win the league," are the same people that said Liverpool's going to win the league and Arsenal's going to finish second.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now, Arsenal is playing the best in the league, but they're not going to win the league now that Liverpool's fallen off. These are the type of agendas and YouTube thing I don't really like.
You're looking for agendas that aren't.
No, I'm not looking for them. They exist.
No, you are, bro. Because I'm not. Because my stance has been consistent on why I think Man City will win it. I honestly think you can win it. I'm not sitting here and saying it's an impossibility. I just think it's an improbability that you do win it. I would also say I don't think you lose it because Gyokeres suddenly becomes shit, or Zubimendi and Rice start being shit, or your defense falls apart. All those boxes for me, I think that team is consistent. You're not gonna, even if one of them got injured, I think you got enough backup. The common denominator where I would have my doubt comes back to the manager when it comes to those pressure moments, because I look at his track record. Because this man says some of the maddest things you will ever hear in pressure moments when the pressure applies. And my worry for you guys, and by the way, I got no skin in it. In fact, I've got probably more skin in the Arsenal game because of my boy, like diehard Arsenal. He's desperate for them to win a league, so I wouldn't begrudge him it. My worry is when that pressure comes from Pep, it's a different kind of pressure. It's a different kind of pressure.
I hear it.
I just think Pep is the wily old cat in this race that if he is within 4 or 5 points of you, he still wins it, in my opinion. I think you're better off having a title race with Liverpool. If you're 3 points ahead of Liverpool, I think you win the league comfortably.
Yeah, to a degree, I agree. Like, being chased by City is completely different to being chased by Man City. I agree. Yeah. Sorry, being chased by Liverpool is different to being chased by Man City. All right, let me ask you a question before I want to wrap up on predictions for the weekend. But let me ask you just a quick question. Yeah, who would you say currently is Arsenal's best player this season?
This season, it's not going to be a popular choice, but I really like Timber.
Fairs. Okay, cool. Who would you say is Man City's best player this season?
Between Haaland and Donnarumma.
Yeah, you're buzzing. So, but I'll take your first answer, Haaland, because it was definitely Haaland. So, what do you think happens if Man City was to lose Haaland this season?
They would play someone else.
But what do you think happened? Did you think that the trajectory of their season changes?
No, I think they'll score less goals, but I don't think it changes too much.
You're lying to yourself, but we can move on after that. What do you think happens if Arsenal lose Timber?
Ben White goes into right back.
Do you think the trajectory of our season changes?
No.
Cool. So do you know why you're lying?
No.
Because Haaland has scored 24 goals and the closest person to him has scored like 2, maybe 3 max. So it's not just about they lose goals. They lose a lot of goals.
Okay. Do they have Marmoush back soon?
Who cares about Marmoush? But Haaland has 24 goals.
Roll it. Marmoush.
Marmoush. Who gives a shit?
Haaland but again, context is important because Haaland may score 4 goals in a match, for example. Only one of them was needed to win a game, if you get my point. Yes, 4 makes it comfortable. You see my point? And also, you can't just say if they lose this player, that's it, game over. Liverpool will lose Salah for the Club World Cup, assuming he was in form. Are they just going to play with 10 men? Do they write their season off? No.
Salah has dropped off form massively, and look what's happened. And look what's happened to Liverpool.
It was not just him that's dropped. No. It's not just him that's dropped off form, though, is it?
No. But Salah is not scoring the goals that he scored last season, and what's happened to Liverpool?
Okay, so let me spin the question back to you. If Haaland stays fit all season, do Man City win the league and stays in form?
No, because Arsenal win it.
Okay, so you're saying I'm not being objective on your question. You're not being objective on mine.
No, I'm bro, Wolfie. Before the league started, I said Arsenal winning the league. I have not at one moment changed my mind on Arsenal winning the league. I don't understand what's going on here.
Would you agree City are your biggest threat?
Probably at the moment. But just to go on, on the Haaland thing, yeah. So in the Wolves game where they won 4-0, he scored 2 goals. He actually scored their first goal as well. So he kicked off the party, let's call it. Yeah. He didn't score against Spurs, they lost. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Just note that, yeah. Cool. He scored against Brighton, but they still lost. So that I think that's evidence to show, Haaland, if you're not scoring multiple goals, because no one else is scoring in that game. So Haaland, if you don't score us multiple goals, we lose. Just pretty much what it shows. Yeah.
Bro, that's so binary and such a
game. So against Manchester United, yeah. Surprise, Haaland scored 2 goals. Crazy. Funny that, right? Who scores 2 goals, they win. Haaland, again, against Arsenal, drew 1-1. Scored a goal. Haaland couldn't score.
I'm not understanding where you're going with this.
You don't win the game. I'm just saying. But by the way, so far he scored in every single game, barring the Spurs game that they lost. Yeah. 2 goals against Burnley. Oh, surprise, they won that game. Crazy.
We're gonna do every single game here.
Brentford? No, yeah, calm down. I'm trying to prove a point here. Beat Brentford 1-0. Who scored? Oh, surprise, Haaland. Crazy that. Everton, they won 2-0. I wonder who scored. Let's check. You guessed it, Haaland, 2 goals. Oh, they won 2-0. Funny that. Crazy. So in every single game, barring the Spurs game that he didn't score, and the Arsenal game where he scored, they've won. He scored in every game bar 1 game.
So what you're telling me is that Man City,
it's over, bro. If he's not here, it's over.
So what you're telling me is that Man City have an elite striker who's in elite form and scoring goals.
But what I'm telling you is it's not Manchester City, it's Haaland-Chester City, bro.
No.
It's actually Haaland-Chester City, bro.
No. Here we go. Yeah, no, this is where you let yourself down.
He scored in every game, bro.
This is where you let yourself down. I'm sorry, Hooks. I have to call out. This is where you're letting yourself down.
What?
You cannot say so. For about 2 months, you've been running the narrative of certain players haven't been providing Gyokeres with the service that he's needed to score goals. Would you agree with that? There's been games where you feel that maybe they haven't found him at the time. He hasn't been given chances. If he'd been given those chances, he would have scored goals. Now you're saying because Man City are providing Haaland with the chances to score goals and he's scoring them.
No, he creates his own chances as well.
Huh?
He creates his own chances as well.
Does he have chances created for him as well?
He does.
Yeah. Does he miss a few chances a game?
Like every striker, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's
not
being
as much
created.
as us,
So
not
he's
as much.
being created chances. For those chances to be created, it will require other players to help with that. And yes, he will create his own chances as well. But if you're going to sit here and tell me all 20-odd goals of his are all self-inflicted, self-created, then you're crazy.
Are you not listening to what I'm saying? You know, listen. Haaland has scored in every single game in the Premier League bar one. In the one game he didn't score, they lost. In the game against Arsenal, where he scored, he didn't score enough, so they drew. In the game against Brighton, where he scored one, he didn't score enough, so they lost. So what it is, hey, correlation doesn't always equal causation, but I guarantee you, if you remove Haaland from their lineup, it is a completely different
this is the thing.
Man City team to with Haaland, bro.
You're working in ifs, buts, and maybes. You're then spinning narratives that Haaland is scoring these goals. It's Haaland FC. When it's not.
It's not. What do you mean it's not Haaland FC, bro? He scored 24 goals. Wolfie,
he's doing his job. He's doing his job, bro.
Of course he's doing his job.
But the other people around him are doing their job as well to help him do his job. They don't send out Haaland versus 11.
Why didn't they help him do his job against Arsenal? Why didn't they help him do his job against Spurs?
Did he score against Arsenal?
Yeah, but not enough.
Okay, so they helped him do his job.
Not enough.
You know who helped him do his job better that day? Gabriel. Like, what are you doing here, man? You got this narrow-minded, and I get it, and it's fine.
Wolfie, you will do anything to back City in it. Because I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
Do Man City and Nottingham Forest have like a connection, like a positive one anyway? I can't lie. What you're saying,
you see what you're doing here. You're changing the narrative because you're realizing what you're saying is crazy.
Stop saying narrative.
Haaland is having a massive influence on what Man City are doing, but that's his job. He's doing his job. Are we seriously gonna ridicule someone for bagging goals?
I'm not ridiculing Haaland.
What then?
I'm ridiculing City because thank you. You at this point you are, because you're trying to tell me that if Haaland does not get removed from this team, then it's not a completely different Man City, bro.
I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not. Okay. So if Arsenal get an injury, wait, hold on. If Arsenal get an injury to Gabriel and Saliba, does that change your season?
Potentially, it could, because that is
okay. So you're working in if buts and maybes here.
Notice how you have to go to 2 players though.
Okay, fine. If Gabriel gets injured, does that change your season?
No.
We've
got enough defensive cover in quality. I've got Calafiori that can play there. I've got Hincapié that can play there.
Are they as good as Gabriel?
They're not as good, but they're good enough to maintain our defensive structure, which is what our foundations are built upon.
Okay.
Now tell me who goes in and does what Haaland does up top.
I'd say Marmoush goes in. Not to his level.
Oh my God. Well, hey,
You said who would go in if Haaland got injured? It would be Marmoush.
And you, bro, Haaland, and this is true as well. We've actually already seen the team play without Magalhaes and we won games. So I'm just saying. But so, all right, because
I don't understand why you're making such a big narrative about if Haaland gets injured, if Haaland that. Haaland, here's my stance on it. Haaland's doing his job, but he can't do his job by himself. His teammates are providing for him. Whether you like that or not, that's the case. And to disrespect the other Man City players is crazy.
What?
It's crazy by saying that.
At what point did I disrespect the other? Yeah, you don't understand what I'm saying.
When you call them,
you're listening.
When you call them Harchester City, that's what you were saying.
Harlem, Chester City, they are.
Oh, okay, so you're just saying it again, then, man. You're saying it again.
He scored 24 goals, bro.
He's doing his job. He's literally
no. Because a striker's job is to score goals. Yes, I agree. But then tell me what other striker in the league has scored 24 goals? Do you know, in any league, the closest one is Harry Kane. I don't even know if Harry Kane scored 24 goals this season. And he's in an easier league to score goals. If Haaland was, we all saw what Haaland did when he was in that league. So in the Premier League, what striker is anywhere near Tim?
I think you're making a silly narrative. You know what? Yeah, how about this? Let's agree on this. If Haaland gets injured, then we can have this debate. Right now, Haaland's fit.
Yeah, no. I hope it doesn't happen because I want us to beat them at their best. So hopefully it doesn't happen.
Why would you care if they're at their best or their worst?
Because I don't want anyone making it, no, Arsenal only won the league because Haaland was injured. I want none of that.
Would you care? Would you care?
I wouldn't care, but I still don't want.
Oh, okay. So what would you care then? Injured or fit, it doesn't matter then.
I'm a man of dignity. I like to win when people are at their best. So just quickly to wrap up, give me your prediction for Porto tomorrow. Give me your prediction for Bournemouth at the weekend, and give me your prediction for Arsenal Palace at the weekend.
Oh, you got Palace?
Yeah, at home.
Porto, I think it'll be a draw, 1-1, 0-0. I think Dyche is just gonna go defensive. Used to call City Rodri FC. Now I call City 1-1-5. That's what I call them. So I think 0-0, 1-1 tomorrow, something like that. And then Bournemouth probably lose 1-0. We always lose to Bournemouth.
Okay.
And then what was the other one? Arsenal
at home, Emirates.
I feel Palace are on a slight decline, and I think you should win that one. I actually think you can win that one quite comfortably.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I think so. Palace had a very tough match against Bournemouth last week. Yeah. They did well to come. They should have won, bro. You see, Mateta's miss at the end. Crazy. Crazy. But I just feel that Palace their forms just slid a little bit. And they did well to come back, but they shouldn't have put themselves in that position against Bournemouth at home. I think you win that one 2-0. I think you'll be it's one of those comfortable 2-0s. You know what I'm saying? Probably like 1-0, 2-0 up in the first half, and then the second half is just played out. You know what I'm saying? So I think 2-0.
All right. So I think you guys win 2-1 against Porto. I think just favor the home side. And new manager bounce maybe as well. Yeah, new manager bounce as well. For your game at the weekend against Bournemouth, is it home or away?
Away.
I think they'll be 2-1. I can see it being a 1-1. It all depends on what Semenyo wants to turn. If Semenyo wants to turn up, then it could get scary. But I think maybe 2-1, 2-2, in and around that. Arsenal Palace, I think Arsenal will win 1-0. I think it'll be a very tough game, very hard game. I give us the favor of winning it because they're playing Conference League tomorrow, so they got to think about rotation. Maybe players not as fresh.
You're playing Sunday. Sunday.
Potentially. I would assume it's Sunday because it would be very dark if the Premier League made Palace play on Saturday after playing in the Conference League.
They sometimes will do that with like a 5:30 or an 8 o'clock kickoff.
That would be extremely dark if they did that. I can't lie to anyone.
It's Sunday.
Okay, cool. Sunday. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I think. And obviously, I just want to say, obviously, like rest in peace to like Stuart Pearce son in it, because like, yeah, that's dark. Like any parent losing their kid is a dark, very dark place in it. So yeah, no, that was sad to hear, man. I heard them speak about it in the just briefly in the interview with Sean Dyche in it. So obviously,
yeah,
thoughts and prayers go out to Stuart Pearce and his family,
and he's such a top bloke. Like, I've done I hosted him for an evening with Stuart Pearce, which is like a crazy moment in my life. I got to know him and his wife. So I've messaged his wife, and yeah, they're going through it, and that, man, it's
100%. 100% they're going through it, because yeah, I can't think of anything worse. But look, people, I am gonna send you across to Never a Foul, so you know the drill. Just slap the hooks raid up in place. Make sure you're liking the video when you get there. Make sure you're liking this video on the way out. Make sure you're subscribing to this channel. Make sure you're subscribing to Forest Fan TV. And for the real ones, come back afterwards, drop a comment, and hype up the video to get the algorithms pumping. And I'll catch you next time.
Man, I lick shot like Shevchenko. I got fam like getting on my nerves. Feel like man, I itch if that man get killed. Every day trying to get on nerve, but man just swerve, idiot, have a let go. I didn't mean idiot, have a let go. Man better mind out before they find out. It can get dark when you gas this petrol. Splash all over the pavement curb. Man know me, I don't play with verbs. Seen too much, I'm aiming first. Man don't think anymore, man burst. 18 and a clip that's gift and curse. Man won't limp this biscuit hers. Civilian crashed on LinkedIn work. Got stacks on who's gonna be sprinting first. Them man now some man. Little idiots don't concern man.